Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Student Experience Program TV, where we talk about student experience, lessons and struggles. Right about now, we have a student with me, a leader, and one of the individuals that they involved in extracurricular activities on school campuses, academic opportunities, presentations, and all. Can you introduce yourself, sir?
Hi everyone, my name is Jesuferanmi and I'm a 4th-level computer science student.
Thank you, sir. We're happy to have you. And we have a few questions to ask you for. Can you introduce yourself, sir?
Okay, hi everyone, my name is Jesuferanmi and I'm a 4th-level computer science student. I'm a designer, I'm a video editor. So I'm the current technical director of Enactors OSC and the campus director of Hot Price OSC.
Wow. We are happy to have you here on this show. So that was like 5 in 1. That's good, sir. So we have some series of questions to ask you for us to gain and learn a lot about your experiences. Are you ready, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. Right about now, can you introduce yourself and tell us what greatness means to you personally? When did you first realize you wanted more than just passing through school?
Okay, so what greatness is to me is that it's just doing everything I do the best way possible. So even as little as sleeping and as sweeping. So now I did not get that mindset from the start, of course. So one of the things that really helped me, because I grew up to become a normal person, and I even grew up in a toxic environment. So now I can say the church in my life. So they gave me a mindset of being someone that can be great in life. So that was where I got the passion to be.
So according to what you said, all these even amenities like reading has become a part of a part of habit that you invest greatness in. Am I right?
Yes, actually. So this is like I said, I refer to my church earlier.
Yes.
So now there's this thing that we always do each time, like school of leadership. So now one of the things they really taught us and made it very, very practical for us was time management. So even as small as waking up 6 a.m., 5 a.m. So they try to break it down to that minimum, just to make it practical for us to learn. And that's how it became an habit for me. So like of even doing some certain things that I do.
Thank you, sir. Even as little as that may even waking up early every day. Wow, thank you for that, sir. Moving on, we have another question here. What is the bigger picture or dream that keep you motivated as a student? And how did you stay focused during school stress, peer pressure, or laziness to pull you back? How do you cope, sir?
Okay, so I look at so there's this one motivation that we all have, and that's poverty. Nobody wants to remain poor. So when I look back at home, I feel like I don't want to be this. I don't want to even be like my father. So of course. So of course, even when I'm feeling, of course, there are times I'll be very weak. Like even that, there are times that laziness will just come and you'll be sleeping and be like, you want to now remain the same person. So now, and with the kind of lectures, with the kind of talks that I have heard over time. So now things like that. So I use where I'm coming from as a motivation for myself. So like start to do the right thing.
Wow. Thank you, sir. That was wonderful. According to what nobody don't wish you to grow. Everybody wants to become better and more. Okay, thank you, sir. We have the next question here, which is based on habit and discipline. What are some personal traits or routines that you have developed that help you stay on track? And how do you manage your time effectively between academics and other goals? Because we need to hear this.
Okay, so that's a personal. So now, when it comes to discipline, like can I say I'm not someone that's that disciplined. So now what I use is I use motivation for myself. So now, for example, so even this week number 18, of course, it doesn't start. So let's say, for example, now one of the things I leverage on is friends. So of course, if you work with mediocres, you will not feel like there's more. You will feel like you not even have the urge to even do more. So now, but if you work with friends that are challenging you, or more, so you have a friend that is doing very fine. Will you keep sleeping? So nobody. There are some things that nobody will just tell you because of the things you are seeing. So if the people you are looking at are doing, they are kind of people that are doing greatness in life, and you feel like, do you want to do less sad than what they are doing? So something like that is not, nobody will just play it, you just come naturally. So that's the way it is.
Wow. So even surrounding yourself between friends that have same mindset and goals is even helping.
Yes, very well.
Thank you, sir. And when did you start gathering friends? Is it from your other level or 200 level? Can you tell us about that, sir? We need to hear it.
Okay, so one thing about friends is that, when I got to this school, I just want to be like a normal person. So even the friends, if I tell you the kind of friends I worked with, I was even in quotes a hip hop artist then. Wow. So I wanted to be singing that we used to go to one place and we do freestyle. But when you are someone that God wants to help your life, so there's a way. I don't know. There's a way. So now the place I got to my friends, they are like communities. So I joined Enactors, and I tell you that's changed a lot about me. So now Enactors is, of course, the kind of people that you meet. This kind of person is doing well. So from there we connected and the relationship started. So by joining communities, church, especially church. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. That's wonderful. And what are some biggest challenges you have faced while chasing your goals in school? Was there ever a time you felt like giving up, and how did you pass back? Because there are some students out there who they are so confused, they are tired, and they need one or two things to hear to help them focus back on education and stay on track.
Okay, about always feeling down, can I say it happens almost every time? Yes, I tell you. Even from the stress, even from the stress lectures we give, and from every other. So now, I've had countless times where when I felt like I cannot do this again. Yes, of course. Then I feel like I just want to remain, because it is not easy to be. That is the truth. That is the truth of the story. Well, I feel so. There's this thing I always pray to God, and it's now and then. Just like the prayer is always, Lord, give me the grace to do the right thing.
Wow.
So even when, so I feel that prayer is one of the things that has helped in my life, because there are some things that will just happen. Like I feel like normal me will not do this kind of thing. So like prayers like that, and that's it. I can say God has, I don't know, because there are times I've even felt like let me just remain being normal, because the sacrifice is a lot.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah.
Even you mentioned church university, and you mentioned the prayer that you do keep. That is very interesting to hear, that God will give us the grace to keep going. Thank you, sir. And moving on, this is based on growth and self-development. In what areas have you seen the most growth in yourself since you started this journey of chasing greatness? Do you read books, listen to podcasts, or attend events that help you shape your mindset? Tell us more.
Okay. So one of the things that has helped me, is events. And I said I joined communities.
Yes.
So it started from church. The kind of way they were bringing up at that time. So it's like a foundation for me. So when I got to school, so I already had that kind of mindset. So now I just need something to build on. So actually, even when I joined, I don't start like to being someone that read books, of course. So but then, if you, like I said, the kind of people that I was opportune to move with. So when this person is now talking about this particular thing, and you're like, it's too really. So when this kind of, like I said, they are big people. So when they start talking, I feel like I read this, so they have more knowledge. So now I feel like so it's not like you are the one left behind. So of course you want to catch up.
Of course.
So now that is how I started reading books and even seeking to learn more.
With what you said, friends has been a part of growth.
Yeah. One of the most important thing. The thing is, because if you work with mediocres, they don't, like, you will not know. It don't even come to your subconscious mind that you need to do something great about your life. So if the people around you are doing something, you will not go beyond that, because one of the things you are seeing is like this person. Because how can I explain this thing? It's not just, even greatness will not even come to your mind at all. Not even talk of trying to chase. But if you follow the kind of people that are always challenging you, even if it's every time, there will be a day and you will even think, like, I feel like, do I have to remain this way? So now, friends are very, very important, very important.
With what you said, please tell tell us more about your experiences with your growth with friends. How it's shaping your life even more than that.
Okay. So there are some friends that you don't choose naturally. They just come to your life, like roommates. So when you get so that is why God is still the center of everything. So when you have roommates that are not giving that vibe, like your classmate, there are a lot of people that just come to your life naturally. It's not as if you choose
Yes.
So you get but then so if you keep following this kind of, because I have friends. The thing is not as if all my friends are like very, very big.
Yes.
So I understand the fact that if I start seeing a lot of things, like if I start seeing some things in you, and I feel like if I start following you, what's really though? Are you feeling me? So now, but of course I have had friends over the time that all they do is go to girls hostel, and at that time I used to follow them. That's the truth. So now I used to follow, but then so I started from home, church. So now there's this way that there's a way that something that you've learned over time will just come to you. I feel like I'm not this kind of so there's this thing that we always see in our church. Our kind does not do this. That particular thing. So when it comes like that, I'll just feel like I'm not going today. So that was where it started from. It started from you standing alone, because there are a lot of people that they find themselves in the midst of friends that are not going. That happens naturally, but you have to decide yourself. Is this the way I want to continue living my life? So if that is what you want to live, you have to step back. Of course, it's not going to be easy. So now at that point you will be lonely. That's one of the things I see suffer, because it will be as if they are the talk of the town. It will be as if they are enjoying their time and everything. You'll be lonely. That's one of the things that will come. But then in that point, at that moment where you are lonely, if you can pray. So of course, and if you see that there are some people that you can follow, of course, and when you start following some people, it will be as if you are chasing them.
Yes.
Man, I wait here, but you want to fair, that kind of thing.
Yes, sir.
So that was the way it started.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that double story. So I saw that you have more experiences with friends, and that is why I put that question to you, sir. This is wonderful. How do you choose the kind of friends you keep on this journey? Do you ever feel misunderstood or isolated because of your ambition? How do you handle this?
Okay, so the kind of friends I keep. How can I? So now, there's something that used to happen to me. Yes, there's something that used to happen to me. So I said, now there's one thing that we still even need to be careful about. Even if you have friends, and let's say over time you have now grown, you are at least you are developed to a point.
Yes.
So now there's this mindset that you feel like, now for this person that is serious, now this person now resting. Feel like let me not rest today. So you don't do that. So now even after working with big friends, and you have now developed yourself. So now the mindset is now even doing what they are not doing. You now get it down. So it started with want to be like them, Abi.
Yes.
So now if you are someone who have by the grace of God, you are now developed. So now that one mindset, you have to now take that away. So now the new mindset is that there are bigger things. So now the curiosity should just be there. There is more to this level. Yes, that's the way. So you can even do more. That's why they always say this guy is just the starting point.
Wow.
You can do more.
That means relentless is not a choice at all.
Yes. But everything that we see talking about starts from the mindset and the drive. Because there are times, it's not as if everything about my life is perfect. A lot of things are going wrong. That's just the truth.
Sure.
A lot of things are going wrong. That's the truth. But how can I explain this particular thing? But the drive, a lot of people a lot of people come to me and they tell me, okay, I want to be let me use academics as an example. I want to be very good in my academics, but the thing is just give them few days. They'll back up.
Because they can't catch up with the pressure.
Yes, with the kind of, how can I put it? The kind of for every stage there's always this kind of energy. So there's always this kind of energy that you need to make it. So now it's not even about them, it's about the drive actually. Now motivation, if I say motivation will just keep you for some days. But the drive will always keep you moving. But I don't know, there are some encounters in my life that still help my life. So now there's this particular, even recently I had a talk with someone, my pastor, and she told me about her life. When she gave this particular example, I still that I don't know. Since then, I still something like that in my heart. So I don't know, but what I still feel like, like I said earlier, God is still the center of everything. So one of the prayers we should learn to pray is that God should just give us the grace to do the right thing always.
That's wonderful. Thank you for coming to this. We really appreciate it. Moving on. What do you hope people remember for you after you graduate? What impact are you already making on your course-mates, department, or even outside the school? As I said earlier, you are someone in 5E1, so I believe I believe the impact should have been even from the start, because I saw that you have been doing presentation and actors and everything.
Okay, so I'll refer to Hot Price. So I'm the pioneer campus director of Hot Price. So I started it. So it was not as if Hot Price was here. So now when I entered this school, I started like as a normal person.
Yes,
so now as I started to develop because of the kind of environment, kind of community I got myself into. So then I started seeing, so from an actors, I think we went for national competition at that time. So I connected with people outside our school, like people from other schools. So I started posting about Hot Price. So then even before then, I used to feel like, we still don't have opportunities. I don't know if you have been to some other schools like Unilag. Even some of these schools, they have industry, even they have companies in their school. So I feel like, why is West always something like that is always like as like something that is always giving me a concern. So it's always giving me a concern. I feel like, how can we draw more opportunities? Even beyond these things that I mentioned, there's a lot of things that we are working on that ground. So now we tried to even register TEDx, but then when we tried to register, the age, because not the age, our stay in school did not allow us to register the Hot Price. So this the TEDx. So they said they sent an email back and they said we have little time to spend in school. So what we are also working on in that TEDx aspect is also bringing up, and there are other things like that we are trying to like bring up. So now one of the goals for me is just like drag more opportunities to go ST, so that our students can see and they can enjoy some of these opportunities, because some of these communities, some of these things are something that build most students when they are on campus.
Thank you, sir. Even that was how the student experience program was funded, because that day I was just thinking in my room that all these our finalists funded level, they should have something to tell us, they should have something to motivate us, and God has been helping us so far, and thank you for sharing that with us. I really appreciate it. How would you say to a 100 level or 200 level student who feels lost or average right now, how can any student, regardless of their background or level, start chasing greatness?
Okay, so of course, even that stage, I said we were once there.
Yes.
So I want the person to feel that it is normal. It is normal. Even every stage, even like I said last week, there are things that will happen and I feel like this thing I'm doing is not making sense. So there will be things that will always make you feel like I have to do more about my life. I have to. There is more to this life. So if you are feeling lost, so the first thing I would advise is God. Yes, I mentioned earlier that God is the center of everything. God is the center of what? Everything. So now when you find God, so if now one thing, if most of these things I have in life, even I do not want to be a very serious person, like in terms of academics. Yes, I don't want to. But the way God will just help you. I don't know, for me it's not like grace. So when you start to move closer to God, some things like that, so about your life, and then it's now you need to get that drive. Of course, it will not just come. You need to get that drive. So now, even if it is, Bible says, whatever your hand finds doing, do it well. So now, even if the only thing the only thing you are doing at the moment is your academics. So now, if you feel like I don't have to do, I said something earlier like greatness is. Can we say greatness is like doing everything the best way possible? So can I say that is not the definition of greatness actually.
Yes,
that's excellence.
Yes.
But it starts from there. So if you even if you are asked to like do normal, even if you are asked to sweep this room, so that you tell yourself, I'm not just going to do it anyhow.
I'm going to do it perfectly.
Yes, with intention. So now when you start building up that kind of mindset from yourself. So everything that comes your way, you able to like the mindset will just keep coming. You don't do this anyhow. So now, when it starts from there, even I started with the fact that if you just want to, even if it's just sweeping, you tell yourself, I'm not going to sweep it anyhow. So now from there, you get that mindset to even do more bigger things in every other areas of your life.
Thank you, sir. That is wonderful, sir. Moving on, book or movie that has changed your mindset, early morning or late night, one person that inspires you, I need you to give an explanation because you are a person of knowledge with experiences and friends. So that is why I brought up this question. Do you have a book or movie that has changed your mindset about what you said?
So I'll start with the person. The person came before the book.
Okay.
I told you I did not start like as I'm not really that kind of bookish person. I don't.
Yes.
So, but it started with the person. So that person gave me drive, and it's my pastor. It's my pastor actually. So there is constant motivation. More like it's not. This thing is more than motivation for me. I don't know because each and everything they are able to. So their husband and wife. So both of them, each and everything they put in us. I don't know how it's always staying. You know, there are some motivations that you will hear and in a few days you forget. I don't know if you can. But now I don't know. You know, the Bible says, "I will give you a pastor after my own heart." So I know there are people that they want to be in a very big church, but what if that is not the place God wants them to be? Wow. So now it's starting from there. So now they will now give you. So this kind of, if God can give you a pastor after His own heart, so that means it is like a perfect thing for your life. So now I'll mention one book now. 7 things champions do every day.
7 things
champions do before breakfast.
Okay.
So now the person who wrote that book is our general overseer. So the book is about things you do. Now for someone who wants to do greatness, you don't just do things every day. Now you don't just do things the way every other person is doing it. So you know I made mention of waking up early.
Yes.
So now you don't, for someone who wants to do greatness, you don't sleep 10 hours a day. You don't sleep. Now, okay, can I say as a student, you can sleep even if you sleep by 11 and you wake up by 6. You know that is still 8 hours. I think more than 8 hours.
Yes.
So now you don't sleep more than that. At least at this stage, the maximum you should sleep. So now it starts with that way. Now you start building that culture. Now it's now start moving to every other areas of your life. That's the way you achieve greatness.
Even in the place of changing environment, the feeling will still be there.
Yes. Even when you change environment, what that culture that you have built, and one thing is that people will notice. People will see it. So now that culture that you have built, it will still be there. And one thing is that don't always assume to be a Superman, because there are times that you'll be very tired. Of course, it is not easy. You'll be very tired and you don't ever feel down that you cannot do this. Of course, if you go down, get back again. There are times that I will not even wake up at all. I'm saying this fifth part now.
I understand.
So there are other parts that I don't want you to see. That's the way it is.
Yes,
so everyone has his or her own that we are all facing, and we are hoping. No, we are all, as God wants us to be. We are working to be that perfect person in life. But you cannot just be perfect just one day. At least you start with something. So don't ever feel like you are not enough. Like you cannot do this. I'm not, even the way I'm speaking, there are things that I'm even still idea that I still want to improve myself. You get it? So now everyone we have our strengths and we have our weaknesses. Now, but it will be better for you to focus on your strengths, and now for your weakness, learn how to overcome. Learn how to be better. But on your strength, focus on them. It will give you that self. So when I started saying, when I like I said, I grew up in a toxic environment, and I grew up with having low self-esteem.
Wow.
I'm even still just coming up now.
Wow.
So so just focus on your strength. That thing that you can do, focus on it. Even if the thing you can do is like you know how to communicate well. You know how to keep relationship. That is one thing that is very, because relationship is one thing that is very, very important. Hold that particular thing, be happy about it, and about for your weaknesses. One thing, just try to don't just put them aside. Like don't put them aside, but try to develop on them. And that's what I'll say on that.
Wow. Thank you, sir. And to round that up, what is the biggest lesson you have learned this year?
The biggest lesson I've learned this year is be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. So I'll stick over to your strength.
Can you share more light about that?
Okay, now be true to yourself in the sense that you know where you are, you know the stage you are. So for me, I know my finance is not really doing well. Even if you are doing well academically, everybody see you are doing, you know your finance is not doing well. So now you don't just forget and just now being true to yourself will make you reflect. Now being true, you will not. Now one of the dangerous thing that you can, most dangerous thing that you can do to yourself is lie to yourself. Now you can still deceive other people.
Yes, yes.
And like I said, I still have some things that I still want to develop on. So now me now lying and me now forgetting the fact that I have other things and still focus. Now that is where some things might actually come in, and you will live a frustrated life. So now be true to yourself. So in every stage you are. So that is why self-reflection is what you are supposed to do every time. So now, I was saying one of the people that's helped me over time is 17 champions do. So one of the things the champions do is they plan their day. So you are saying, okay, by this particular time I'm going to be here, by this particular time I'm going to be here, you get it. So now they plan their day. So now by the end of that day you reflect, I did not do this too well. Accept. Now there's a way we don't try to forget about our flaws. Accept.
We try to justify things.
Yes, this will also make you will not be proud. It will also make you to be humble. So it's not as if you will not be proud because of some of the strengths you have. Of course, you have to calm down. There, everyone, they have their own weaknesses. Everyone. So like I said, be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. So in terms of academic, I feel like I used to have this. Now recently, I don't have. Now I will even tell you the truth. Now recently, I told myself when I was coming, I don't have that drive to read as before. Now that is being true to myself.
Yes. I
don't just want to assume because I have been doing well. I will now feel like you get it. So now being true to yourself will now tell you, that is true. So even if you are leaving the track, it should make you come back
to the track.
You get me. So now being true. I used to have this. I used to now something like. I used to wake up very early. I used to find it easy to wake up early.
Yes.
Now, some things are now happening. Like, what's happening? Motivation like 8. So now, being true to yourself is like, I've been doing this, so now I need to change.
I have to change.
It's not giving that message. Okay, now the next thing to do is what is to change. That is it.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Wow, I really love what you shared with us. That even if we are being truthful to ourselves, we will see that focus, that notice that we are leaving the track, and that will give us the drive again to come back. Wow.
Yes. And you want to even learn that, so that there are times that come out low. So someone say like, this person used to be very serious. What happened? That is because over time the person has assumed go to my match like
yes.
Till that stuff will now go from this thing.
Like a person that is he do wake up early and due to one or two reasons,
public stress,
everything, and it has become a constant thing that do happen every day.
So now the person is now waking up very late. For someone who is not always reflecting, so for someone who is not true, you feel like I've been doing well before now. No, you don't now. One of the things you don't do is that you don't rely on your past. You don't dwell too much on your past success, because that's one of the things that kills people. Because you have achieved this, it is fine. Well, now let's move forward. That was what I was saying. Even in terms of relationship, in terms of that friendship.
Yes.
Even if you have been able to identify the kind of friends you need to follow, and then what you are now with them, you have not developed yourself. So the next thing is, what is the next step? Even if this kind of friend that are even still big, they don't want to leave that position, that particular phase.
Yes.
And you used to tell yourself, I want to be different.
I want to go higher.
Yeah, it's time to even go. That is. Now it starts with mindset. It's very important.
Wow, this is the wonderful growth mindset that you have shared with us. And the last question on this show is that if you had 30 seconds to tell every student watching this one truth about chasing greatness, what would you say?
Easy. Very easy.
Yes, everyone understand that.
Yes. So it will not be easy. Like I said, it will not be easy because things will also come. Even apart from the energy that you need to sustain that greatness, there are things that will happen probably from home. You are not getting money. Now, for example, for a student who wants to be serious academically, they're not getting money from home. That can be a lot.
Exactly.
So you have planned their read in the morning, they're in the night. You be like, don't, and now take responsibility, yes, because you don't feel like your parents are entitled to you. They've done a lot. They've done enough, even if they don't have that capacity. Now it's time to now start thinking of other things that you can do. So now take responsibility. Not saying you don't have any skills, take responsibility of your time. Even if it's not easy. Take responsibility.
Take responsibility. Wow. You talk about friends, talk about how to have a growing market, how to connect with people, and take responsibility. Thank you, sir. Thank you for attending this show. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your commitment so far. Even though I was even surprised that yesterday you agreed we fixed the time and everything was sorted out. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Can you introduce yourself for the program, sir, before we round up?
Okay, so I'm Abbas every day, and if you want to level, that's nice to meet. I mean, I've mentioned all that since earlier.
Thank you, sir. And if you are watching this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and engage on our platform.